Hey, what is going on, Pisces? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Tarot of Dreams. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Pisces? What message do we have for Pisces? Alright, Pisces. So the first thing I'm getting is I feel like there is this person. This is someone you already know. It's a familiar energy. Now I feel like with this person, I'm getting this strong connection you had with this person. You know, I feel like it was definitely more than a friendship that you share with this person. I feel like it was very deep. You know, I feel like you had this bond. You know, it was a deep bond. It was strong. You know, you cared a lot about this person. And I feel like you never really scratched the surface of how deep this could possibly go. You know, I just get the sense that everything was telling you that this was your person. You know, everything was telling you this. And Pisces intuition, you know, it's second to none. So I feel like if you felt this, you knew it. But I feel like with this person, they kept you at a distance. You know, the more serious things started to become and the more defensive this person became. You know, I feel like there was, you know, once this person started opening up, all of a sudden they closed back off again. You know, it was this very back and forth, very chaotic energy. You know, once you started to get to a place where this person was opening up, the wall started coming down, all of a sudden the defense went back up. So what I'm picturing is this wall coming down, and as it's coming down, it's almost like those shows where they rewind it and then the walls go back up again. Like you felt like you were getting somewhere. You know, you felt like you were on the same page. You felt all these very real feelings with this person. And you felt like you were on the same page. And then I feel like they went cold. You know, one of the things I see with this person is I feel like they weren't ready to accept the love. You know, I feel like this person has I feel like they have some abandonment issues. You know, I feel like they were afraid to be vulnerable with you. They were afraid to open up because they were afraid once they opened up, There was no closing it off again. You know, all I'm feeling with this person, that's past energy with this person, is this fear. You know, late nights, anxiety, not being able to sleep. I mean, this person wanted to tell you things that they never told you. And I feel like they kept it a secret. You know, they were hiding it. They never really truly told you how they felt. Now, don't fear, because I feel like time is now. You know, I feel like this person's been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching, and they keep coming to this one revelation that they made a huge mistake. You know, I feel like realizing that mistake has caused a lot of big change in this person. You know, we had the Five of Swords and we had the Six of Swords. You know, I feel like this person was afraid to love. They were afraid to be loved, because they were afraid that it'd be taken away. I feel like they underestimated you. They underestimated this connection. And they underestimated how they felt about you. Because this is something that they've been regretting, and I feel like they think about it all the time. All the time. And I'm not even playing with you when I say that. I really feel like this person, I mean, they're seeing things in a completely different perspective. We have that Hangman. You know, that connection that you felt with this person. I feel like it may shock you to know that this person felt the same way about you. And the deeper the feelings got, the more they started to push you away, you know, with that defensive energy. They wanted to let you in. That's why the walls came down. But then their head made a head over heart decision. And that's when they got very defensive. That's when they started pushing you away. That's when they started self-sabotaging. You know, honestly, this person, they knew what they wanted from you. And it took them a lot of work to push you away. Because of this internal struggle that they had. It took a lot of work to push you away. They didn't want to. They really didn't. But I feel like it's the fear. That fear of abandonment. That fear of putting yourself out there and just getting run over. And I feel like you can probably relate to this. I get a sense that a lot of you can relate to this. So I feel like we have that. You know, we can empathize to an extent. I'm not saying you should forgive. I'm not telling you what to do at all. But what I'm saying is I feel like we can all empathize and realize that this feeling is maybe one that you've experienced yourself. But what I see with this moving forward, you know, I feel like kind of blindsiding you here. I feel like this person is coming back, and I feel like they're coming back very quickly, almost seemingly coming out of nowhere, very impulsive. You know, it's very quick. But it isn't quick. It's going to seem quick because it's going to feel like this person just kind of shows up, you know, maybe dropping you the "how have you been" line, texting you that or saying that to you, or, you know, just wanted to see if you were okay, you know, just breaking the ice. But that's only the start of this. You know, this person hasn't walked away from this, and I don't feel like you have either. And you don't have to. They're back. You know, it may come as a shock. It may be unexpected to see this person. But I feel like at the end of the day, you knew what you knew. You knew that it wasn't over. You knew there was something more here. Like I said, we had that Lover's card. This connection is deep, but we only scratched the surface. It's kind of like, you know, if you it's kind of like when you go buy a house, and if you're only looking at the outside and you love the outside, but you haven't been on the inside yet, you knew from the beginning that this was like this seems like exactly what I want. But I want to, I want to explore a little bit more, and we haven't had a chance to explore this yet. But now the doors are opening, and you're allowed in to take a peek, take a tour. Now with this person, like I said, I mean, we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords. This person's coming back in a big way. They're not going to let you go twice. They already made that mistake. And it's one of the biggest regrets they have. This person's coming back, and they're going to chase. But it's genuine. They're going to be honest with you. They're going to be straightforward with you. They're going to give you everything they have. They're taking that leap of faith and hoping the hell you catch them, because like I said, I feel like they know there's possibility that you may not. There's a possibility that you may have forgotten about them. There's a possibility that you may have not forgotten about them and never forgiven them. But this is a genuine energy. They always knew what they wanted. Now they're acting on it. I see this person coming back, and I do see your cups being filled. I do see this person, being genuinely open with you. And I feel like I said, I mean, I feel like they've come a long way. I haven't seen so many big changes in the persons in a very long time. Emotionally available, emotionally mature, very nurturing, very caring, very giving. I feel like that was all there. I feel like it's kind of what you were drawn to. You felt it. Now you're getting to see it. Now we're finally getting the chance to move forward. And like I said, I mean, this person will protect you. They will protect this. They're not going anywhere. They've done all that. They're not doing it again. There's a very protective energy, very nurturing energy. It's a masculine energy with that Emperor. The protector. The one that keeps the family safe. The one that is the one that protects, the one that cares. But there's also a nurturing side of this person as well. Like I said, with that King of Cups, I mean, I feel like this person, honestly, I feel like this person wasn't letting how they felt come out. I feel like it took them it took them to a deep, dark place, losing you. And I feel like they really had to come back from that. But they've come back in a big way. They've scratched themselves back from the bottom and brought themselves to you. Now, like I said, it may come off, it may seem spontaneous, but it's far from that. This is something that's been planned. I feel like they probably played it out, probably had a nice speech planned out in front of the mirror. But that just shows more how genuine this person is. I mean, I feel like this person isn't come back to you with some half-ass offer. This person's all in. They couldn't take the leap before, but it has no bearing on how they felt about you or who you were to them. This was all them. They weren't ready for it. They weren't ready to feel the love, to see the love, or to receive the love. But they're ready now. Sometimes we meet people and it's not the right time. It doesn't mean they're the wrong person. And like I said with Pisces, you're very intuitive. Pisces are more intuitive than they even know. I believe a lot of the Pisces people I know have good intuition. A lot of them have a hard time following it because sometimes it's scary or whatever, but that's just the people I know. But I know that in general, the Pisces that I've met are very intuitive. And like I said, I feel like you felt something real with this person. And just because you didn't see it before doesn't mean you were wrong. I just feel like they weren't ready to show you yet. But I do see this coming, like I said, they're coming back in a big way. You know, and they're ready to give you everything, because they know what it's like to not have you. And that's not a feeling they ever want to feel again. So what you do from now, whatever hoops you want to make them jump through, or whatever, whatever steps you want them to take, or how slow or how fast you want them to move, I feel like the ball is in your court right now. They're coming to you with, arms wide open. And that speaks volume from the person. That the energy I was getting in the beginning is because they had a lot of fear in them before. A lot of fear of abandonment, a lot of fear of the way they were being perceived, or how they're being looked at. But I mean, this is a different energy. It's definitely more confident. It's more straightforward. It's definitely more emotionally open as well. Now, I'm not saying this person isn't going to struggle, but I don't feel like this person is going to leave your side. That's a little. Anyway, we'll finish this. What we have here is we have Aries, we have Sagittarius, we have Cancer, we had Pisces, Scorpio, we had some Taurus as well, Gemini, and Libra. Just because the best thing that could happen to us is right in front of us doesn't mean everybody's going to realize it. Sometimes it takes time. And a real relationship has problems. There's not many relationships I've ever seen that doesn't have problems. But a real relationship is two people willing to work through it. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Me and my partner, we met a year before we got together. Didn't work out. Well, there's issues. Not issues, but it didn't work out. But we felt this connection to each other, and we admitted to each other a year later. But the timing wasn't right. It just wasn't right. We've both been in bad relationships before that and just weren't ready for a new one. But we found our way back to each other a year later. And we've been together 15 years now. And we still have issues. Don't get me wrong. No relationship is perfect. You can have a really good one. But just because it's not perfect doesn't mean it's not the perfect person for you. It's how we act in those moments. We have a bad day. We have a bad week. We have a bad month. Fights happen. Arguments happen. It's the people that stick around to clean up the mess. It's that commitment that we need. We want someone that's going to show up and going to be there. And even if we're fighting, there's still a person we can turn to. A perfect relationship is two people working together. It can be a constant battle. Some people get a little bit more fortunate and it's less of a battle, but it doesn't mean there's not bad days. My grandparents seemingly had a perfect relationship, but my grandmother told me there was a lot of rocky years in their marriage. My grandfather drank a lot, and she had a problem with it. But they worked through it. They're both willing to make it right. She finally got sick of it, and she told him she was going to leave him if he didn't stop drinking. He stopped drinking. And she was willing to put her foot down, and he wasn't willing to let her go. He wasn't going to pick anything else over her. He got a little depressed. They lost a child, and a lot of things happened. But she got stronger in faith. He hit the bottle a little bit hard. But they both came back. You know, it took for her a big step because my grandmother is very religious and she doesn't believe in that. You know, she believes in making a marriage work, and she got to the last straw, and she, even when she tells the story now, I still believe that she wasn't really committed to leaving him, but she had to make him believe that she was. And it's sad that it got that way, but she said it was the best thing she ever did because, you know, he gave it up for his family, for her. And the relationship got stronger since. And not a lot of people have that. But like I said, they're married, I think it was 57 years. I mean, they're still married. They both passed away, but they were still married when they passed. But, you know, it's still the test of time because they're both willing to make it work. You know, he could have said, no, you know what, leave me. Or she could have just left him without giving him a warning. So I really feel like there's no... I mean, I can say there's no such thing as a perfect relationship, but I feel like if you're both willing to work at it, that's kind of perfect. It's all in the eye of the beholder. It's all in your perspective. You know, if you have a person that you have their back and they have your back through thick and thin, you know, if you can talk, you can be able to talk to each other, if you can communicate well. You know, if you give each other time and you both listen and when the other one's talking and you take in what they're saying to you, I feel like there's nothing that can't be there's nothing that can't be overcome. But that's just my opinion. Like I said before, I'm kind of a hopeless romantic. But, you know, even when I'm mad at Rose, I still am there. I mean, she's mad at me, she's still there. And that's what really counts. It's not about being with, it's not having someone that's just there for the good days. It's having someone that's there for both. The good, the bad, the ugly. All three, I guess. You know, because we can find people to share our good days with, but it's the ones that stick around for the bad ones. They're the real ones. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.